This clip has been designed by the CFMEU Education and Training to step you through registering for a course with ease. Please note you can pause this clip at any time and you can come back to it as often as you need to. If you still have questions at the end, please call the number in the right-hand corner here on 03 9341 3444. Now, before we begin, it might help to have some of your cards, IDs, prerequisites, and entry requirements with you. This includes your learner/student ID, USI number, Inklink number, for under 25s to have your VSN, so that's your Victorian student number, forms of ID, such as driver's license, passport or a Medicare card, and prerequisite and entry requirements, such as high-risk working license, and other entry requirements for courses. A tip may be that it might be easier to register on an iPad or smartphone if you need to take photos of your ID to attach. The next step is now to choose the course that we're looking to register for. As we can see, we're on the CFMEU Education and Training page, and that's the website here. And I'm going to click on the tab here for higher risk, and I'm going to look at scaffolding courses. I'm going to scroll down, and I actually notice that there's 3 courses available. Please note, if you're looking at doing an intermediate or advanced, you must have done the previous courses first. I haven't, so I'm going to choose the basic. I'll then scroll down and I'll have a look at the outline for this course. And also, I'm noting here that it goes for 8 days. There aren't any prerequisite units. There are some entry requirements though. And once I've read through that and realised I can fulfil these, I'm going to keep scrolling down, note what I'd need to bring to class, and continue to scroll down to look at the availability of this course. You can see here for this course that it ranges from early March to early April in dates. There's also 5 vacancies. I'm going to click on View Classes to actually check out the specific dates. So I'll scroll down to check these out. And once I've looked at the dates, and I know that I'm available for these, I'm going to go ahead with my registration. If I realise I cannot, I'm best to wait and register for when I can attend all the days. As I can, I'm clicking Register. This brings us to our learning registration. But before we begin, keep in mind that there's Save for Later tabs that appear throughout, but not on every page. Your progress won't save automatically, so to avoid losing information, pause when you reach a Save for Later tab. Please be aware this will not reserve your spot for the course, as it's still considered an incomplete registration. So let's begin with our personal information. Only tick this box if you're known legally by one single name. If you are not, leave it unticked and please put in your names, your first name and your surname. Please also note throughout the whole registration that there are red asterisks. These all must be answered in order to register. There's some that don't have it, and it's optional whether you put that information in or not. When you are registering, please register under your legal name or the name that's on your USI. Making sure that when you do put your date of birth in, you still will need to pop it in on the calendar to confirm it. And don't forget to select your gender. And scrolling a little bit further to where it says Returning Learner. Returning Learner, it's not your USI, it's your learner ID or your student ID if you've done a course with us already. As you can see here, this is a CFMEU card and says here the student ID. And most numbers will start with 3688 or it'll begin with TU with a series of numbers. Enter the code in here and click Next. If you haven't done a course with us before, that's completely fine. Just leave that unticked and click Next. This page requires you to enter in your residential address. If you do live in a unit, it's important that you type in the word unit and then the number. And if you have been with us before, information might already be pre-populated, but please read over it carefully to make sure it's still accurate. And keep scrolling down, make sure that your postal address is the same, or if it isn't, please add the information that we need to know. And also some contact information, so a mobile number, email address, and also listing the contact method that you prefer, email, mobile, or post. I'll keep it as email still. And also emergency contact. If you need to contact someone close to you, please add the information in here and then click next. This page is about your unique student identifier, so your USI. If you do have yours, keep that as yes, and please enter your number in here and continue on. You'll also notice here that there is the Save for Later tab. If you're needing a break, the information you've placed up until this point in time will save. So you can click that if you have to keep going. If you do not have your USI, there is a bit of information to fill in if you'd like us to make one for you. So please make sure that you enter the correct information. And if you're using your driver's license as an option, it's really important that you take clear photos of the front and back for us to verify. Make sure everything is accurate. When you're happy with that, read through the privacy note here. And if you agree with the T's and C's with that, tick the box there and scroll down. Now, for those people that cannot remember their USI, you can click the website. And if you have forgotten, you can click on that tab and it'll help you out with locating it for you. If you're happy with all of that, click next. This next page is to do with our identity and uploading some ID. This might be difficult for some people who are on computers or laptops, where we suggest perhaps using a smartphone or iPad. Please note at the bottom of this page, we have a Save for Later tab. So if you feel that this could be a good time to use that, please consider that. So everything you've done to this point will be saved. Scrolling back to the top though. Now with your citizen status, please select what best describes your situation. I'm selecting Australian citizen and putting in here what your nationality is. Scrolling down, we're looking at documentation, and although it does say only one ID required, we do suggest perhaps putting in two. In case one doesn't upload correctly, we can refer to your second document. Please make sure if these are pre-populated that they are the correct numbers, and be aware that if there are prerequisites or CFMEU entry requirements for the course, you'll definitely need to include that documentation as well. This may include a high-risk licence provided by WorkSafe. You can see your licence number here and also the classes that you did. You might also have a white card and the information here, such as the registration number there that you might need to upload as well. If for some reason you're still having trouble uploading the correct documentation here with the number, pop an NA in there and someone from our team will give you a call to offer you further support with that. As we scroll through, it's important that you do upload the files and make sure that they've saved here and then press next. This page is about your employment details. It may be pre-populated, so if it is, please still read through it to make sure that it's accurate information. And if that's all fine, you can either save for later or press next. This page is for those that have concessions or exemptions. If you do hold any of the following cards, such as a healthcare card, tick what you have. And you will need to have copies of those to upload here. In this case, I don't, so I'm selecting no. I can either save for later, but I'm going to go on and press next. Now this page will come up if you're under the age of 25, and as it says here, to be completed by all students aged up to 24 years. So your VSN, so your Victorian student number, if you do have it, pop it in. If you don't have one, but you have attended a Victorian school since 2009, we've done training since 2011, press yes, and type in the school that you've attended and or TAFE as well. If you have not, so unclick that if you make an error. Now they can click or unclick, click no, and keep going. Now this part here is what everyone will see otherwise. Read through all of this information here. And if you agree with it all, tick the box to acknowledge that. Once again, save for later, or you can press next. This page requires additional information that we need to get from you. So please fill it in accurately. So where you're born, the language most spoken at home, highest level of schooling completed. If you have any of the qualifications, you can keep it as no, but if you do, you can tick that and fill in the correct recognition there. Keep that as no for now. If you have any certificates, please upload here. And also here with what best describes your current employment status. Select from the drop-down boxes to make sure that's as accurate as possible. Now the commencing program cohort identifier is really important to identify if you fit into any of these categories here. So for example, you could be a retrenched worker. Any that suit your needs, please select them. And also, if you consider yourself to have a disability, impairment, or a long-term condition, if you do select yes, please tick what it is that is ailing you. That will help us best cater for you. I'm selecting no for now and selecting next. This page is the prerequisite unit or entry requirements for different courses. This will have different questions depending on the course you are applying for. So in this case, it's asking if I have a white card and to upload the copy of it on the next page. Depending, there could be quite a few other answers that you are expected to put in there depending on the course. Now, if you have an Inklink fund, please select if you do or you don't. And what your number is, please place it here. If you're affiliated with a union, please tick what best describes you and the number. Now, learner safety. This is really important to please let us know if there's a reason, a medical reason why you should not be operating a plant or equipment or partaking in the training. If you're selecting yes, please let us know of the medical reason. For myself, it's no. Once again, I can either save for later or press next. Okay, we're on the final page now. We would like to know how you did hear about us though, so please select if it was perhaps maybe the Facebook page and also the main reason why you're entering for this course. So is it to get a better job or a promotion? Choose what best suits your needs. If there's anything you'd like us to know that will help us understand your situation better, please type it in here. And if everything else seems correct to you, please read the T's and C's. And when you're satisfied with that, tick the box. Finally, we just need a signature. If you're using a laptop, you'll need to use the mouse to support you with this. And then from the previous page, you need to upload some of your tickets that you had mentioned. So please make sure you pop those in here. And if you are confident with this, you can click confirm registration. If you want to save it for later to return back to, you're welcome to do that as well. However, that means you're not yet in the course. So if you do confirm registration, you'll see that green message comes up. And it's really important that you do look at your emails because usually we are emailing you pretty soon after. So please be vigilant with giving us more information that we still may need from you, and that will help us to complete your registration. As I've said as well, if there's any concerns that you'd like to get back to us with, if you're having trouble uploading some documents, please call us here. And that's also our email address as well. We hope this guide has helped you successfully register. Thank you.